So I have never done a video like this on my channel, but I figured with the Odyssey coming up, I wanted to get my friend Robert. This is Robert Butler III. He has his own channel, First Cut TMO, on YouTube as well. So please subscribe to that channel. They go live every Tuesday and they cover everything in the entertainment industry. But for this video specifically, we're going to be going down our Nolan ranked list from worst to best. And I'm gonna use your suggestion. We're gonna go from 12 to 6,
Okay.
all at once,
Okay.
and then we'll go back and forth for 5 to 1.
Okay. All right. Cool. Cool. Cool.
My list is definitely controversial.
Okay.
I I I don't know. I feel like people might think that I'm not a Nolan fan based on my list.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. It's like that. Okay.
Because I do think he has one really bad film and some okay films, and some of those okay films are some people's favorites of his. But yeah, let's
Interesting.
do
Okay,
it.
let's talk
So
about it.
you know my least favorite because we've talked about it plenty of times.
Yeah.
So my least favorite, number 12, is The Dark Knight Rises.
Valid. Very valid.
Okay. And let me say this up front. I think all of his movies, from a craftsmanship standpoint, are good movies. So Dark Knight Rises is at the bottom. I think it's a well presented film,
Right.
but I still think it's a bad movie.
Yeah.
So there's Dark Knight Rises number 12. Number 11 is Batman Begins.
Oh, wow. Number 11. Okay. Wow. Okay.
Number 10 is Following.
Okay.
Number 9 is Insomnia.
Okay.
Number 8 is Inception. Number 7 is Memento. And 6 is The Dark Knight.
Oh.
So
Six
you'll
Dark
notice,
Knight. Wow.
none of the Dark Knight trilogy is in my top 5.
Wow. Fascinating. So it's getting like we definitely got to talk about that. So what is it? Do you just hate Batman or like?
No, I don't think those movies are a good indication of how good of a director he is. I think they're well-made movies, and I think they're entertaining, and I think, look, again, I think Dark Knight is a good movie. I just don't. They don't impress me as much as the movies in his top 5.
I definitely feel that. I mean, we'll talk about that a little bit more later too. I think for me, I'm personally impressed by the merit that Nolan brings to the superhero genre. So I like those films personally. I do agree with you though. The Dark Knight Rises is definitely one of the worst in his filmography for sure. It's definitely lackluster, and it definitely it ages the worst too. I mean, unfortunately, that's the only film in Nolan's filmography that ages like really bad. But yeah, I mean, yeah, let's also talk about let's talk about the following. And well, actually, we could maybe I should just go through mine and then
Go through yours, and then we'll talk.
We can all
about
kind of talk about it together.
So what's your 12 through 6?
There's gonna be a lot of overlap, but there's probably gonna be a little difference that we gotta talk about too, because I'm definitely with you. Well, actually, let me just say this: my number 12. Maybe this is my hot take. I say The Prestige is actually at the bottom for me. And I just told you, like, that's actually the one I had most recently rewatched. I just rewatched it literally right before coming in here. Unfortunately, yeah, I hate to put it that low.
Okay.
There's some things that just irk me about this movie a little bit.
Okay.
It actually is a fun kind of look at like how it kind of mirrors Oppenheimer in a weird way too, because like it is about like a tech genius who is just on a search for knowledge and a search to like become greater. There's even like one of his lovers even commits suicide at the point. So it's like eerily similar to Oppenheimer, but for some reason that movie just rubs me the wrong way.
All right, we'll get deeper into it. What's your 11 through 6?
11, The Dark Knight Rises. I agree with you. One of his weaker films, definitely probably one of his weakest. Number 10, The Following. Number 9, Insomnia. Number 8, I would go Memento. Number 7, I would actually go Batman Begins. So a little high. We're not that far off from Batman Begins, I guess. And number 6, I'll go with Tenet right there. So, Tenet, funny, 4, 5, and 6 are all very, very close to each other.
Okay.
We're gonna talk about 4 and 5 in a little bit.
Yeah.
Batman Begins, I had just rewatched. I mean, I rewatched a lot of these before doing this list.
Yeah.
And Batman Begins definitely had the highest jump in the list because it probably was closer to the bottom, like where you had it. But just in rewatching it, man, I love the first 40 minutes of the movie. The first 40 minutes of the movie actually do feel like a real Christopher Nolan movie. Like the origin of like the parents dying, and there's all this commentary about, you know, the economic state of Gotham, and then the whole ninja training sequence. Like all of that stuff is like an actual beautiful Batman origin short film. Probably the most in-depth we actually saw the Batman origin story probably ever.
Yes.
Just in terms of like the deconstruction of him as a man, as a character. And then of course the act 2 and act 3 very comic booky. And I think that's where like you know, you can kind of either check out or check in for the rest of the Batman Begins movie. For me, I'm checked all the way in because it's just pure fun. I remember when Dark Knight Rises came out, they had the 1, 2, and 3. Like you watch them all, you know, back to back to back, leading into midnight. And honestly, even back then, Batman Begins was like, I remember having just the most pure fun of just, you know, because it's like we go through this whole deep, heady thing of him being like this rich billionaire who like lost his parents and he goes through ninja training and has this whole existential experience. And he just hops on the plane with Alfred, and then they're cracking jokes, and then he's waking up after a long night. He's like, I thought bats weren't supposed to sleep. Like, he's just having fun. Like, it is honestly kind of like a thrill ride kind of thing. And I think that, you know, he was having fun. And Dark Knight is not a fun movie, and they're kind of like very bleakly. We're going to talk about that. But anyway, Dark Knight, though, like, yeah, we got to talk about that as your number 6. So, so, again, you know, Batman is... like, you know, was the Dark Knight too mystical for you too, or was the one for?
I think Dark Knight again. I think is a very good movie. My whole thing with the Dark Knight trilogy is that I just don't think I don't think any of them age well.
Okay,
if I'm going to be honest.
Valid.
But I will say that Dark Knight Rises, I think the first 40 minutes are incredible.
I do agree with that
I
too.
think everything up until Batman getting his back broken is great.
Bang.
I think the tone is great. I think the eeriness of it and the solemnness of it works really well. Catwoman fits into it really well. And the set pieces are very fun, and they're not that questionable. Logically.
Right.
And then once Batman's in the pit,
yeah,
I don't know, man. It's just stupid. And I've told you this before. There's so many things that happen in that movie that are cool, but stupid.
Right.
And I look at Dark Knight Rises as the closest thing that Nolan's made to a Marvel movie. In the sense that at the end, you have the Robin thing that feels like a Marvel cameo. The Batman dying and then coming back. That's one of my biggest pet peeves with movies is when characters die and they have a super emotional moment and then they come back shortly after. It just feels like extremely manipulative. So I don't like that. I find the ending to be a bit too perfect. Considering how like again, it's like a Marvel movie. It's a huge bow at the end. So it's fun, it's cool, but narratively and thematically, it just does not work for me.
Yeah.
Like again, these are well-made movies. I'm not gonna I think Wally Pfister, that being his last movie that he DP'd, I don't know if he DP'd Transcendence.
Right.
But
I think I think you can't DP the movie you directed by guild rules. I think there's a guild rule or something about that. Yeah.
But like the last big movie that he DP'd, Dark Knight Rises, like looks fantastic, and I always admired his work with the IMAX film cameras. So I think visually, obviously, it's a spectacle. I'm not a big fan of the Hans Zimmer score.
For Rises.
For Rises, I think there are some moments that are fun, but I really miss James Newton Howard's work. I think Batman Begins has the best score because it was Hans Zimmer and James Newton Howard. I think a character like Batman deserves an operatic score. And because he's a very theatrical character, like he's like theater pretty much. And they capitalize on that in Batman Begins. Theatricality is the point of the League of Shadows or whatever. And for Rises, I think the score is just too bombastic. It's just too in your face. It's too loud.
Yeah,
it's
a lot of drums.
Yeah, a lot of drums, and it's just it doesn't feel like Batman to me. I mean, a lot of that movie doesn't really feel like Batman to me. At least not the Batman that I enjoy watching.
You're right.
So even though Batman Begins is only number 11 on my list, I do think it's a better Batman movie.
Yeah.
I think it's the only pure Batman movie that Nolan's made.
Yeah.
Dark Knight, like the comparison is always made, but it's Heat with capes,
Right.
and it's valid. And again, I do like all three of the movies from a technical standpoint. I think the sound mixing and the costumes and the cinematography, like all that stuff is great. But story wise and plotting wise, and just within the architecture of the entire trilogy and his filmography, Rises is not a good movie.
Yeah, no, definitely Rises is the worst of them, and it was hard for me to even. Actually, I skipped that one.
Oh, you did?
The most recent time I rewatched it, that's when I texted you. I was like, oh, that really,
Yeah.
that felt heavy.
Because when I told you that I didn't think it was good, you're like, seriously? And then you rewatched it, and you're like,
Yeah. That one didn't age well. It's the only one that Nolan probably didn't have good editing wise. And then the main knocks with the Batman Begins is, of course, like Katie Holmes, didn't do great in it, and it really wasn't the worst performance, but it really stuck out in two scenes. The scene where she's driving and she's having that exposition dump about Falcone and the state of the city, which no actress would have been able to do that scene.
Right.
That really wasn't her fault. It really did fall on that scene towards the end, though, when she had the big emotional thing. She's kind of saying the thesis of the film and how,
Yeah, she's in a different movie. I think, I don't understand this whole people being upset that Maggie Gyllenhaal replaced Katie Holmes. Because I think Maggie Gyllenhaal is... Look, no offense to Katie, but I just think Maggie Gyllenhaal fits this world much better.
Yeah.
Like, I was talking to someone else about it. She has more bite.
Yeah.
Like, I believe Maggie Gyllenhaal as a citizen of that Gotham more than Katie Holmes.
Right.
Like, I think overall the character of Rachel isn't that well written.
Oh, yeah. Well,
but that's not any of the actress's fault.
Right.
I think Maggie Gyllenhaal just has a better screen presence and capability in The Dark Knight than Katie Holmes had in Batman Begins.
Yeah, I definitely think so. I mean, that's the one thing that people always say, like, the Nolan has a problem writing female characters, women characters. And I think that definitely plays a little bit of a role in maybe the other three films that we kind of had overlapping in our bottom. I don't want to say bottom half because the lower half of a Nolan ranking video are better than 99% of directors.
Again, I think Dark Knight Rises is not a very good movie,
right?
But it is better than a lot of other stuff.
Yeah, for sure, especially a lot of current comic book stuff. We'll keep it there, but then I think of course, like for me, the thing that stood out, Memento, Insomnia, Fallen. We all kind of had. Actually, did you have Memento in your six?
I think it was number 6 for me.
Yeah, I think number 6. Yeah, I think that was number 6 for you. Yeah,
it's either number 6 or number 7. Let me see.
Right.
It's number 7.
Number 7. It was number 8 for me. Insomnia obviously is great. Well, let's talk about Memento first. Okay. I love Memento. I mean, such a perfect screenplay. Right there. It's just the nonlinear storytelling is great. Guy Pearce's performance is one of Guy Pearce's best, honestly, just straight up. And yeah, I love the evolving mystery of it all.
Sure, yes.
I think the thing is, the only thing that's like a slight downside to it is that the rewatchability is not as there in terms of this movie. Like once you kind of understand the narrative and you kind of unlock, actually it's twofold in a way. It's rewatchable in the fact that once you unlock it, it becomes easier to watch and easier to understand. But then you start questioning the logic decisions behind a lot of these characters. Like, wait, why are you kind of playing along with this? Why didn't you just kind of be more direct with the what's his make? I always forget his
Lenny.
Letty. Like, why weren't you more direct with like Letty in the beginning of the conversation? Like, you start kind of like asking yourself those kind of like human questions, like. If like as you rewatch it. So the logic, I don't know if it fully 100% is like there for me. Like, but I'm not a logic. I don't really care about logic when I'm watching movies. I care about story, emotion, and like the journey that I go on. And the journey that Memento takes me on is phenomenal.
The journey is good, and you're right. The first time you're watching it, the consistent sense of mystery is what keeps it compelling.
Mm-hmm.
So for rewatches, I can see why that would be degrading, because or that the value of that would degrade
Mm-hmm.
because it's no longer a mystery.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Memento, I placed it where I placed it because a lot of people call Nolan out for being a cold filmmaker, which is something I disagree with. I don't think overall he is. I do think he has some films that lean a bit colder than they should, and Memento is that for me.
Mm-hmm.
I think I don't think that movie has that much heart, like at all. People complain about the movies, and some of the movies in his top 5 for me are movies that they complain don't have any heart. I think do, but Memento for me is so about the mechanics of the storytelling, and like at the end of the day, it's a very simple revenge story that doesn't have much of a spine, like or a heart. Like it just doesn't have that much of a backbone. So like it's not that engaging for me to revisit for that, because of that.
Yeah, and it's a revenge story that makes sense, but it's also too like, again, it's a revenge story that would have been easily solvable if like somebody is slightly more human or acute to like Letty's situation would just start the scene with like being like, "Hey Letty, I know you forget things, so let me just say this right." You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
and like I know that Alfred Hitchcock famously said like, "Why don't we call police in movies? Because it's a movie. Like nobody wants to see the police interfere. Like I get it, it makes sense, from that perspective. But after a while, like these are life and death things. It's kind of hard to kind of discernate what's actually really not. Which honestly kind of even takes me to another film that we kind of had in that tier, the number 8, around number 8, 7, 9 tier, is Insomnia. Insomnia was a really good. I'm sorry. Actually, did you have anything more to say on Memento, or
I was just gonna say, I think so. Obviously, the twist at the end of Memento is that he's killed this person a long time ago, and he's just doing this over and over again,
right?
because he just feels like he has to. I guess there's two things. One, he doesn't remember that he killed the person already, but two, it's his purpose now is to seek revenge on his wife's killer. So the twist is that he's just gonna keep doing this again and again. So I guess that could go into your, like, it's not the best explanation, but your qualm with why doesn't he just solve this quickly is because he kind of enjoys that's his life. It's his purpose now.
Right.
So even if deep down he knows the process could be quicker, he's gonna live in it because it's the only way that he can grieve.
Right. But yeah, and then of course, the whole thing is too, he kind of inflicted it himself, right? Like he gave his wife the diabetes medicine.
Right.
Injection too many times. So
yeah,
it's like, I just don't know why somebody just doesn't be like, "Yo, dog, like, why you keep doing this?"
Right.
But, again, like it makes sense to. I mean, there's a lot of people, motel owners, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I do agree with that. But I think, and I actually probably ranked Memento higher than Insomnia. But honestly, one of my biggest compliments to Insomnia is how it's able to balance the kind of jagged timeline character perspective that we kind of have from like Al Pacino's perspective, right? Because like he's a guy who can't sleep. So and in a town, I believe in Alaska, that is a lot of sunlight, so it makes it kind of hard to even go to sleep because it's like no nighttime, right?
Right.
So your circadian rhythm is already kind of off. So I love this unreliable narrator kind of situation that we have with Insomnia. What were kind of thoughts on that film? Because I love it from a character's perspective, Al Pacino's perspective, and then of course Robin Williams is giving probably one of his best performances ever in this.
I think it's one of Nolan's best directed films from an acting standpoint. I think he gets good performances out of all 3 of the main cast members, who are all very respectable performers. What did I write? I think Insomnia is a little safe, but unfortunately, like that wasn't his script.
Right, it was based on the book, right?
It was based on a Norwegian film, I think.
Oh, okay.
It was an American remake.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, the original might be based on a book. I don't know. But I said Insomnia is a little safe and it's unartistic.
Interesting.
And that so much of Nolan's flourishes are from his script because of the way he structures things and the way he writes. And Insomnia's script doesn't really allow him for that. I think the most Nolan parts of that are when Pacino's trying to fall asleep
Right.
and the chase in the fog.
That was great. That's
Like
yeah.
those are moments that feel, and the chase on the logs on the river. Like those moments feel like Nolan. But the story as a whole, it feels like it could be made by anyone.
Yeah, yeah, I definitely feel that. I definitely feel that. It definitely is not, expanding story. It's not like something that is uniquely Nolan and that. I think you're right. I think what I probably connect with the sleep and the dilation of sleep is again like that kind of Nolan tradition of like time being distorted and all over the place. And this does a really good job of doing that. So yeah, that was it is a fun movie. It is like you said, not in its typical wheelhouse. And I know it kind of feels like much more, as filmmakers, we all gotta do that film that's like kind of the job, right?
Yeah.
Like, and it's kind of like him getting his training wheels a little bit.
I mean, it's a crazy opportunity that he got it.
Yeah.
Like,
and working with Pacino and Robin Williams is like, yo, and he, like you say, he did great. And who's the? I'm sorry, who's the
Hilary Swank?
Hilary Swank. That's right. Hilary Swank. Yeah, she's great in there as well too. So it's good seeing that, and classic cop dynamic of like they're kind of like butting heads. Over, who's running the territory and stuff. So there's some good stuff in there, but it, like you said, it's not like it. This some people on the line says like a Lifetime movie kind of. I wouldn't go that far. But
I would not go that far.
Yeah,
It's still got some integrity to it.
Right. But I like it a lot. What about The Following? What do you think of The Following?
Following,
It's indie, small budget.
It is $6,000, something like that.
It's even a full. It's only like an hour long, right? Like it's not even.
I don't remember. It's like 80 minutes, maybe.
Like 80,
70 or 80, 70. Yeah, somewhere like that. By the way, it's Following.
Oh, so it's not The Following.
Yeah, it's just Following.
Let me just not throw the
I said Following is slightly one note.
Okay.
And there is a level of complexity to it, but it's also very simple.
Yeah.
When it comes to Nolan's filmography.
Yeah, it's like an expanded short film.
Yeah. You can tell that he was limited. And again, that's not. It's impressive what he pulled off. But if we're going to evaluate it within his entire resume, you can tell that this is someone who did not have as many resources. And, some movies have very few resources and they make something incredible out of it. And this is good. Like, it shows that he can tell a story. It shows that he can do his gimmick. It shows that he can direct people in a very specific way. But it's also a little amateur.
Yeah.
But it's still a good movie. Like, it's a movie I've seen several times. I've seen it more times than I would ever expect it to have. Because I do think it's a good movie.
Yeah. I mean, definitely it's a good movie, good first feature. I mean, it's a first feature that feels like a first feature.
Yeah.
But at the same time, very distinct style, very distinct editorial. I mean, it's the beginning of when we get to see Nolan's editing style.
Yeah.
His very kind of like temporal experimentation.
Yeah.
I think there's, and again, dilation of time. The nameless character thing, kind of one of the first times we see that. And of course,
oh yes, that's
in
right.
the Nolan film, at least, because
that's right.
The protagonist in Tenet and even in Inception, like they kind of have names, but we kind of just know them as like kind of more like ambiguous figures because they change names in between dreams, so they're kind of more like beings per se anyway. So yeah. I loved, I love your ranking. We're gonna talk more about Inception too.
Because I have that pretty low.
Yeah, we'll talk about that too. But I mean, do we want to go through the rest of?
Sure. Okay, so let's go through the rest. I'll just say my number. I'll say my number 5. You say your number 5.
Right.
4, 4, 3, 3, and then we'll just talk more in depth.
Sounds good.
Okay.
I like that.
So my number 5 is Tenet.
Right. Okay. That's my number 6. So
yep.
Yeah, it's right in line. Yeah. We love Tenet. I love Tenet. I drove out to Vegas to see Tenet when it first came out. You know what I'm saying? I know we kind of bonded over that a little bit too, and then you actually hooked it up with the tickets at the Academy Museum.
Oh, that's right.
That was my most recent
Yeah,
time
mine too.
rewatching
Mine
it.
too. Yeah.
Love Tenet, man. Love
I love Tenet.
It's a fun movie, just a pure fun movie.
Yes. What's your number 5?
My number 5. I gotta go with, this might be a little higher for you. I gotta go with Interstellar for my number 5. And again, the 4, 5, and 6, they're all very, very close.
Okay.
Like they're all like real close to each other. There's a lot that I love about Interstellar. There's a lot that I have always loathed about that movie.
Oh, okay.
Like
Loathed. That's a strong word.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's, and it's actually been forgiven a lot over the years, but namely, particularly the Anne Hathaway love scene, that whole monologue has always like been like, what are we doing?
Sure.
Why is this scene here?
Yeah.
I will say I've grown to admire it a lot more. Maybe not admire is the right word, but respect it.
Sure.
In recent years, because it is kind of like you said, like it's kind of Nolan trying to add that humanity to a film that otherwise could try to be very analytical and try to be something that frankly it isn't. I mean, if it wanted to be a pure sci-fi film, the ending would have been a lot more, like a lot less fantastical per se. Even though it is, it is fantastical. I mean, fifth dimensional beings, chord strings, it's a lot. So, but because it is rooted in emotion and rooted in love, is definitely admirable. So that's why I have it as my number 5.
Okay.
But yeah,
My number 4 is Oppenheimer.
Oppenheimer number 4. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
I think the non-linear storytelling is a little spotty. I think it starts off really strong. And then I remember the first time I saw it, there was a point when I was like, we have not seen RDJ in a while.
Yeah.
Like Louis Strauss's character, Louis Strauss. And I was like, it's one thing to, because he starts it off like jumping back and forth like every 5 minutes. And then it starts to become linear. Which, like, for the Trinity test, you gotta keep that linear, obviously. But the whole second act, I would say, is like pretty straightforward. So it just felt weird going from non-linear to straightforward and then back to non-linear at the end. It just felt like I like the choice. Like, I like the reasoning, the fission, fusion, black and white, color being different perspectives. I thought that was an interesting angle. I just don't think it was that effective for the entire film. So that's my number 4, and we'll talk more about it when we get in depth. What's your number 4?
My number 4 is Inception.
Okay.
Again, Inception. Again, this could really go
4, 5, and 6.
4, 5, and 6. Inception, Interstellar, Tenet are all right there in the same ballpark for me. I think just in the rewatch process of these films, I found myself highly entertained by Inception. It moves very efficiently. It's a fun journey. It's a fast moving journey. It is also emotional journey. I mean, I legit get choked up when Cillian Murphy goes into that one dreamscape where he's like talking to his grandfather. I believe it's his grandfather or like father or something about the
Father.
His father. Yeah, right. His father. Right. About the
pinwheel.
The pinwheel thing that he spins. Like, it's just actually builds in crescendos to a beautiful moment. The Hans Zimmer score, everything that's happening in the background with it. I think it's fun, and the Inception is light on character. It is heavy on exposition, which has always been like my number 1 complaint. It's so exposition heavy. At the same time, though, Leo is such a fun lead. It's a fun, fast moving movie, and so I love it all the way through and through.
Number 3 for me is The Prestige.
Prestige number 3.
So that's really high up for me.
Right.
And like, just, I don't know, I'll zoom in post, but these are my notes. I have notes for everything from 12 till 4. For 3 through 1, I just have one word next to these movies, and it's the word perfect.
Perfect.
I think Prestige is
wow.
perfect.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, so, I mean, I clearly don't. I mean, it was it was actually my lowest ranked one, personally. But I would love to get into what makes it so perfect for you, though. Like, what was...
I think it's Nolan being able to balance his nonlinear structure with character, with exposition, with heart very well.
Mm-hmm.
I think, I mean, it's a great film about greed
Mm.
and selfishness and arrogance. Like both leads are terrible people.
Mm.
Borden and Angier,
Mm.
they suck. Like they're terrible guys.
Right.
But narratively, I think it's a very compelling story, and I think it attacks the themes well. Like unlike Dark Knight Rises, where the themes get muddled and all over the place, I feel like the Prestige sticks to what it's trying to say and it accomplishes it.
Mm.
I think the twist is fantastic. Like for me, the first time I saw it, it blew my mind. And the thing is that every time I rewatch the movie, even though I know it's coming, knowing that that's the twist makes the entire movie more heartbreaking for me.
Mm.
Like it becomes more emotional knowing that that's what they end up doing to each other.
Mm.
And that's how far they go.
Mm.
Because then you see their interactions with Rebecca Hall and Scarlett Johansson's characters. The first time you're like, they're treating these people terribly, obviously.
Mm.
But then once you know that that's a twist, it makes those scenes even more emotional.
Mm.
I love the old school magic of it,
Mm.
like how they explain the tricks and it like makes sense. Like it's
Mm.
just, I've always liked magic, so that aspect of it was really cool. I love the music. His last name is Julyan, David Julian. He also did the music for Memento.
Mm.
I think Prestige is one of Nolan's most underrated scores, like the scores for his movies. It's a great movie to me. And I love the production design. Like it's one of the few, it was Nolan's first foray into historical filmmaking.
Yeah.
And personally, like I really bought into the time period that he was capturing.
Yeah, no, 100%. I think it was nominated for best
It
production
was.
design.
It was, yes.
Yeah. It's funny, those early Nolan films will only pick off like one or two nominations. Like Batman Begins was like only nominated for best cinematography.
Yeah.
Like weirdly enough, I was like, oh man, I thought the editing in that would have been great. I think the editing in Prestige is also very well done
Yeah.
too. I think this one of Nolan's highlights is his ability to merge montage
Right.
with exposition with like actual character insight as well. Like not just a montage for the sake of like getting through plot.
Right.
It's actually a montage to like unveil and unlock something about character. And I think as Batman Begins and Prestige and like that kind of, and again I think it kind of crescendos with like Dark Knight, Inception, and like that kind of era. But it kind of began with like these films of him introducing characters. I think Nolan and Christian Bale are just like a dream team. Like, like the performances, I don't know how Nolan was just getting these great performances at Christian Bale, but it's kind of like get untouchable. I mean, it's like this like desperate father who is like, again, like kind of the mirror of like Oppenheimer in a way, right? Like this one is a kind of another one that's like about being on trial, about, Borden being on trial, and is a complicated character who is fighting to get, free his, like kind of clear his name of some accusations that, he got put on. And I think the dynamic is great between those two. I think my gripes with the movie, again,
because it was your least favorite, right?
Yeah, it's my least favorite. I'll say maybe it's
so
just
I'm very curious. I mean, there's got to be some very strong opinions like that may help you get to that decision.
I wouldn't say strong opinions. I'll say maybe it's a bias thing because I'm not a period person.
Okay.
Guy. So I think honestly, anytime I watch a period piece, I kind of just like check out a lot. I don't know. It's just maybe me. I think also I think the twist is a little convenient. Little cheap. I'm not gonna lie.
Interesting.
Just the whole twin aspect of it is like okay, like that came out of nowhere. It felt a little like Deus Ex Machina esque. Like not exactly in that overly over top way, but it just felt a little off. And then I'll also say the problem of like the lack of writing for like women characters, I think kind of unveils itself a little bit more prominently in the Prestige more than like other Nolan films. Only because we have these three key women here: Scarlett Johansson's character, who is the sister, right, or like wife to
Well, so Scarlett Johansson's character starts as Angier's assistant.
Andrew's assistant, right,
And then he tells her to go work for Borden so she can help him get his secrets.
right.
She doesn't like that he wants to dispose of her that way, so she ends up just going to Borden and ends up dating him.
Right. Okay. So that's why. Yeah. Okay.
Well, dating the one of the Bordens.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. 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 Good. Good. Yeah. See. That's why. Okay. So yeah. Anyway, long story short, all of that, like the fact that we have to like, like her whole like plot motivation is like so wrapped around like the male storyline. Like, what agency does she have? And the same with
Rebecca Hall.
Rebecca Hall's character, who was
she's fantastic in this.
She is. She is. What Nolan can always do is get a good performance out of
it. Right. Yeah.
And she kills it, and her scenes are emotional. It does feel a little bit wrapped up again in like that male gaze. I think it's a little bit different than like Florence Pugh and Oppenheimer. And I'll get to that in a little bit when we talk about Oppenheimer. But yeah, I think that didn't have a lot of complexity. And then who's the other one that was with
with Hugh Jackman, the wife who passes away.
Yeah,
I can't remember her name, but
can't remember off the top.
I mean, she's definitely a device for his
exactly
ambitions.
Yeah. Exactly, just it felt a little light on that level. That's my own. That's really my. And again, these are all great films, so it's like it's kind of hard being like, what's the greatest versus not greatest.
That movie, we have 2 dead wives.
Yeah. So again, that's the only complaint, and that's not like even a complaint. It's just, I guess, it's the reason why I would rank it a little bit lower than the other ones. But that being said, though, I do love the filmmaking behind it, and I love the text and the artifice and all the Nikola Tesla scenes are like all great too.
Yeah. David Bowie's awesome.
Yeah. No, that was amazing. So
that's your number. Wait, that was my number 3. What's your number 3?
My number 3, we'll probably be pretty close on this one. My number 3 is my number 3 is actually Dunkirk. My number 3 is Dunkirk.
Okay.
And it's funny because Inception, Interstellar, and Tenet are all movies I would rewatch before I rewatch Dunkirk.
Okay.
Per se. And I love Dunkirk is a fun rewatch. I think I have more fun with Inception. I have more fun with Interstellar. Tenet, I actually have the most fun with. Even though I put Tenet lowest, I have the most fun with Tenet. It just makes no goddamn sense, which is totally fime.
That is fine.
I don't have any problems with that.
It's fine. Yeah, it makes sense. It's okay.
Right, but you gotta have fun with it. And Dunkirk is such a perfectly timed movie, perfectly edited, perfectly shot. You already know. I love Dunkirk, so we're probably gonna talk about it a little bit.
We will talk about it a little bit. My number 2 is Interstellar.
Choose Interstellar. Okay.
Yeah, it's Interstellar.
Love it. Respect
I'll just read my real quick. I also said it's perfect.
Yep.
And look, here's the thing. When I say it's perfect, I mean it resonates perfectly with me. Mm-hmm. I like all of these movies, with the exception of number 1. I think you can criticize a bit. Like, they have some flaws. Like the Anne Hathaway monologue about love. I also, the first time I saw it, I did not like Interstellar. First time I saw it, I walked out of it, I was like, what the fuck?
Right, really interesting.
Yeah, because I was coming off the high of Inception and Dark Knight Rises, because at the time I loved those movies, because I was a kid. And then I came out of Interstellar, and I was like, it had some moments, but it didn't fully sing for me. Now I think it's perfect. Like, now I think everything that it tries to achieve, it succeeds. I think the monologue is well within reason for existing. I like the monologue, and I think it serves its purpose, and it doesn't stick out as much. And I just love the ambition of it. I remember Tarantino was doing an interview where he was talking about pre-release for Interstellar, and how there was just so much hype for a new space frontier kind of film, like a genuine space exploration movie. Like, and people were comparing it to Gravity, and I'm like, what? Gravity takes place within Earth's atmosphere. What are we talking about? Like, Interstellar, we're going to other galaxies, okay? We're going through wormholes, dude. Like, it's like saying Sheep Detectives and Babe are the same movie. Just because they have talking animals. Okay? Just subject matter does not equate to similarity in to that level. I think the ambition and the scope and scale of Interstellar is like it's the biggest Nolan has ever gone. Obviously, we haven't seen Odyssey yet, but the places he takes us to in Interstellar and the themes that he's exploring and the concepts are just next level.
Yeah, it's the concepts, it's the sci-fi. It's also highly emotional too.
And it's very much like, yeah,
Yeah.
all of that. And then there's the emotion, and it really works.
Yeah, the Matthew McConaughey monologue slash crying scene is
Yeah.
obviously one of the all-time sequences. I think in any Nolan movie, any movie period.
And that movie has plenty of emotional sequences. Like, that's obviously one of the, like, most people say that's one of, like, the number one emotional scene. But him leaving Earth is super emotional. Even him, like, explaining to Murph why he chose her name
Right.
before they drive to the cornfield. Like, there's heart in that movie that is very palpable. And look, I think there's heart in Tenet too. A lot of people will disagree. We'll talk about that. I think there's heart in many of his other movies, but Interstellar, it's the most overt. And I think it's like the most effective.
Yeah,
it's a great movie.
No, most definitely, and it's also I mean, what I love about Nolan as a screenwriter is he has a very clear first act, second act, third act kind of structure.
Yes.
First act on Earth, second act, when it's like kind of just them three exploring together, or them four, I guess, after 3, 4, after people die, whatever, and then the third act being completely on like Dr. Mann and like, kind of that whole finding another Matt Damon, right? And then also too cutting back to Jessica Chastain as an adult trying to get the formula for Michael Crane and learning that revelation. It's just great tension, great build up. Definitely worthy number 2. Again, I only didn't have it as high, for certain reasons, but I mean it literally the cream of the crop film right there. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Great rewatch too. Another one we rewatched together. I think that was my most recent rewatch of that too. Was in IMAX 70 when we saw that.
All right, your number 2.
My number 2 is gonna be Oppenheimer.
Okay.
So we talked about it extensively. We both love Oppie. And
Oppie's great.
Yeah,
Oppie's
you took me to you was the one again. Took me to see that IMAX 72 for the first time, and that was great film. Perfect Cillian Murphy performance. Great. I think the whole women writing situation is actually this is one of the better ones that he has.
I think he gives the women a like life.
Right.
Like they have a bit more life. They're not just props.
Yeah.
And I think again, it's a little thin, but there's something there.
Yeah.
And then again, like you said, he just directs the hell out of people.
Yeah.
So both Florence Pugh and Emily Blunt, they have small screen time, but they make a presence.
Yeah.
Especially Florence Pugh. I don't think people, because obviously Emily Blunt has the terrific moment in the third act where she shuts down Jason Clarke.
Right.
But Florence Pugh's moments are very impactful too. Like, I feel the loss of her when he finds out. I understand the impact it has on him because she had so much weight and presence.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think both of them do incredible work, and yes, Nolan is giving them a bit more than he usually does.
Yeah. It's them, but then it's also just the whole situation in general. I mean, there's other. Is this Nolan's first time doing like a real biopic, like based on history, like actual
A biopic, yes. I
Yeah.
mean, Dunkirk was based on history.
Oh yeah, Dunkirk, of course, yeah. But I mean, that this is like some fictionalization of that too. This one, he's actually coming into the full character dissection of a real human being, and then the actual moral dilemma of like, do I like create an actual death engine, for like mass destruction, So it. I mean, we already know the themes that it deals with is huge, otherworldly, but very humanitarian centric as well. Every scene is. I honestly, we already know like how great Oppenheimer is. It won Best Picture, it won multiple Academy Awards, type of thing. I think the only thing that doesn't, the only thing that keeps it from being a perfect 10 out of 10, exactly amazing all timer for me is, I mean, actually, it is an all timer for me, but I guess the gas explosion is a little bit
Yeah.
like, okay, I know we didn't want
Right.
to use CGI,
Right.
and I know we want to do everything practically. And I'm not mad. I didn't notice what a gas explosion, a regular explosion, looked like when I first saw the movie. You know what I'm saying? But then it was broken down to me like, okay, if you see like a real atomic bomb, like that famous thing of like the thing dropping the black and white footage, it's like, oh wow, that was pretty huge. Like, yeah,
Right.
that's
I
pretty
mean,
big.
I think
And we
in
didn't even
general,
capture
yeah,
that.
yeah. In general, it's underwhelming. I think the first time you watch it,
Yeah.
it's effective because
Right.
you don't know that that's how he's gonna do it.
Uh,
So it's fine the first time, but I really I see myself skipping the Trinity test whenever
honestly,
I rewatch it.
yeah, like I like the build up to it.
Yeah, the buildup is great.
Yeah, but the
But,
actual thing dropping is not like the best thing ever. And it's crazy because that was like the whole marketing campaign
right.
for it. That was like,
Yeah, I think unfortunately I mean they kind of put themselves in a box by selling it with that.
right.
Obviously, it was to get to people into the theater, and hopefully, people who went to see it. I mean, obviously, it made a lot of money. It was received well, and so they realized that it was more about him than the bomb. But it was definitely a bait and switch.
Yeah, yeah. No, I'm not mad at the bait and switch, and people loved it. I think the reason why I love it is because I'm also I studied a lot of science. I was going to math and science school for a lot of
Right.
my life, so a lot of the science heads are like, I love when science nerds get like excited about
Yeah.
movies because now the science people are like, oh my god, you have you got Albert Einstein, you got Edward Bowles, you got like,
Yeah.
like oh like they were freaking out. So I love when like people can have that kind of, and people had that Interstellar moment too with when Interstellar came out as well. So I have to say though, they did that, the science and the exploration really well. But yeah, the explosion. I love the rigorous adhesion to practical effects. But if just this one time, I
Right.
just wish you would have CGI'd a little bit. You could start off with the gas
Yeah,
explosion,
yeah.
and then maybe just add a little bit more
Yeah,
on top of it.
yeah.
You know, but I mean,
Yeah.
again, I'm not mad. It's a
Yeah.
literally 9.5 out of 10 movie, and it's not even like, this isn't really even a criticism. It's just like,
Right.
I wish we would have
Sure.
did that a little bit
Sure.
better. You know?
And it's just it's a cool movie.
Yeah.
Like it's a black and white biopic, dialogue driven movie, and it's cool.
Yeah.
Like
It's fast-paced.
Yeah, the editing is sick. The music is sick. Like the whole identity of it is just cool.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I just think the fact that he was able to present a movie that way when it revolved a subject matter like this is commendable.
Yeah.
Like some people could argue that a movie like this shouldn't be cool because it's talking about such terrible things, like the bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki and the creation of the atomic bomb itself. It should have been a bit more. I mean, it's a serious movie, but I guess it shouldn't have been as slick. But I don't know. It works for me.
Yeah, I know. People want the super dark, gritty, gloomy kind of looking film. I love the cinematography, the color palette. I like that. It did make Oppenheimer look like kind of a superhero. Like I always.
You talked about
Yeah. Like he literally. There's that time where he's like, oh, you got to put on your suit. Like, where's your
Yes.
suit? And he literally has his little mummies put on his hat, his tie's like, okay,
Right.
like it's literally like a Batman movie,
Right.
but like through Oppenheimer's perspective.
Yeah.
So they do kind of give him the hero treatment, which honestly is cool. It's cool to see a scientist be treated like, some like a real life Tony Stark, like a real life kind of superhero guy. But what he actually did was,
Right.
crazy. So
Right.
and they explored that well too. So yeah, that's why it's my number 2, one of my favorite films.
Number ones, based on process of elimination, we know what each other's are.
Right.
So my number one is Dunkirk.
Nice. Hey, okay.
Yep. And yours is.
Mine's The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
Mine's The Dark Knight for me personally. But I want to talk about I want to talk about Dun. Well, first of all, actually, I'll talk about Dark Knight real quick.
Okay.
Because you mentioned this, your number 6.
Yes.
5? Okay, so number 6. Yeah, I can see why you put at number 6. It's definitely not like It's definitely not like the most like, how should I say this? To me, I consider it pretty much a perfect movie, and I think it's perfect because of how iconic and how accessible it is. It's
Yeah.
not like
Yeah.
it's not trying to do. It's not like a it's not like Christopher Nolan's super artistic statement like I feel like Interstellar is, or like it's not like it is a complex character piece, but it's also a superhero movie, and it doesn't really forget that. But at the same time, though, yeah, I mean, you know, it's a crime saga. They truly lean into the crime saga of it. I personally think this is like the Godfather of like our generation, just in terms of like not in terms of like overall pristine or like critical acclaim, but just in terms of like the cultural relevance of it. Like the fact that like Joker T-shirts everywhere, everybody could quote this movie. Like there's literally you probably have to go to like some remote island somewhere to find somebody who at least hasn't referenced this movie in some form at one point in their life. So like just the overall impact of it is just phenomenal. And then again, in rewatching it, I was like, wow, it is like like I was rewatching some of Heath Ledger's like before, like when he's like has the knife to Rachel's thing, and it's like telling the story about his wife, and he's like she hates the way I look. Like just something about the way he said. I was like literally watching this morning. I was like, oh shit, like that actually hit me like right now, like at the big age of 29, 2026. I'm like, yo, holy shit, like this is still hitting me. Like so it's kind of crazy. It's a timeless film, damn near perfect film. I mean, you know, in my opinion. So yeah, I love every second of The Dark Knight. For me,
it is a very, very, very good movie. And I completely disagree with people who say that it's only good because of Heath Ledger. Or it's good only because of Heath Ledger. I don't think that's it. He does add a lot to it, no doubt. But like the craft of the movie is still there. Zimmer and James Newton Howard's score is still there. The cinematography is still there. Christian Bale's great.
Yeah,
I don't mind the Batman voice. I mean, that's actually one of the reasons I don't like Dark Knight Rises that much, is I think he went overboard with it in that one.
Right.
But in the second one, I think they found a sweet spot. And my issues with Batman Begins and Dark Knight Rises is that Batman Begins, I think they're trying to make it serious. They're trying to apply it to real world, and it still just comes off as silly to me. Like when Alfred picks up Bruce, and Bruce is in the plane telling Alfred his plan.
Yes.
Like, I'm just like, Alfred realistically would check out at that point. He'd be like, what are you talking about, dude? And they're treating it with so much seriousness. Like, I was watching, when I rewatched it a couple years ago, and I was just like, I was laughing. Like, I was just like, this is...
That scene did make me laugh, too. That literally made me laugh,
he's looking out the window. He's, like, seriously gazing at the sunset. And he's using these big words to describe just putting on a bat costume. And I'm like, it was just, like, it didn't work for me. But, like, there are moments of that movie that are, like, when he, after he rescues Rachel, and he's, like, trying to stall the party.
Oh, yeah.
And he goes down to the basement, and he opens the drawer to reveal the suit. Like, that moment is very, like, fulfilling. Like, it's, and the whole... training sequence is cool. It's just, I don't know, the level of seriousness that they attempt unfortunately just goes in the opposite direction for me.
Yeah. That's valid. That's valid for I mean, definitely Batman Begins. I mean, it definitely is the most superhero feeling like movie, especially the Act 2 and Act 3. But I'll say too though, with the Dark Knight though, it's funny, the Dark Knight actually gracefully kind of transitions from the Batman Begins, because it even starts with the cameo from Scarecrow in the beginning. So it has that comic booky thing for a second, but then it quickly is like, okay, we're back to
it works. Yeah. It works because Batman Begins has the unfortunate obstacle of having to set up the character, and they try to go in a serious manner. And then Dark Knight Rises, they have to conclude it, and they struggle there. But the middle one, you don't have to start it or end it. It's just another story that in a world that already exists.
Right.
And I think the way Joker is written in that movie and the way Heath Ledger brings him to life, like, it just all comes together. Like, it doesn't come off as silly. Yeah. Strangely. Like, I buy into the Caped Crusader more in that specific landscape of the second movie more than the first and the third one.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, they do a good job of establishing in The Dark Knight too, like Like this is a Gotham that has been shaped by having somebody like a
Right,
Batman.
right,
So
right.
now it's like you're getting the
Yes.
crazy of the craziest coming
Yes,
out
yes,
now.
yes.
It's like the crime is escalated to a whole another point, and the whole fake Batman sequence, the whole fake Batman's thing, and there's so many elements of the Dark Knight that I just think like, damn, they're really trying to address like some themes, even the surveillance state,
Yeah.
how Lucius Fox kind of spies on them. Also, too, sorry, going back to Batman Begins real quick.
Okay.
Lucius Fox, low key. It's funny you said Alfred bought into some.
Right,
Lucius
right.
pretty much figured it out. Like from their first scene together, it was like, okay, like what? Like he just is kind of like,
And
all
they
in
just
after this
allow it. They're
Yeah.
like these are adults we're talking about. These are like 40, 50, 60-year-olds. Like it's just it doesn't work for me. It's too silly.
Yeah, no, it's funny. It's like you said, because the Batman Begins has to establish that. Now that we have it established in the Dark Knight,
Yeah.
now it's just like, okay, we can just flow with the story. And it's more of a Joker centric story, and really Joker and Harvey Dent.
Right.
And that's also the thing when I reject that criticism too of it's only Heath Ledger. Honestly, Aaron
Yeah.
Eckhart gives an amazing.
He gives a
amazing
great performance for a very, very rushed character.
Yeah.
Because I personally just don't buy the turn from a story standpoint. It's hard for me to imagine someone flipping that 180 to that extent. Yes, he got half of his body burned and he lost his lover. He lost his lover. But dude is like, he becomes a homicidal maniac.
Yeah.
Like, so it's rushed, but his performance sells it.
Yeah, no, it's rushed. It's definitely he definitely makes that turn. I'll say rewatching The Dark Knight, for this, I saw the craziness in the beginning. I guess maybe this is just me, like, now I've watched it many times, I'm like trying to read into it.
Okay.
But it's like, okay, like from the beginning he was kind of an asshole, like
Yeah.
DA. Like he was like everybody kind of hated him, the police department hated him, like he was accusing everybody of being like dirty. And then they even called him Two-Face behind his back. And then the kicker was that even pre having his face burned up, he was about to torture that one dude who he thought was Joker. It was like, yo, holy shit! Like
That's
this
true.
guy is dark. Like pre, but yeah. So I get that's why I think again Nolan is so good at the story, and Batman's story is so complex in that too because he low key kind of set this up. Like he low key. He even says in the beginning, like Gordon asked him, like, do you want to take down Joker or do you want to take down the mob? He's like, one man could wait. The mob is more important. And it's like, yo, you low key, if you would have took down Joker right there, like you would have saved a lot of this whole situation from happening. But so it's like all about choices. That's what great filmmaking is.
Yeah.
And honestly, going to Dunkirk, that is exactly why I love Dunkirk. I think Dunkirk is a film that's like all about choices and how the individual person can rise up to be a hero in like unexpected moments. And I think that's honestly why I love that film. It's so efficient. Tom Hardy, again, that's really the Tom Hardy arc, right? Like he was out there just as a, following orders, doing the mission, as he solely has to isolate himself. Oh, sorry, the cat. No, it was great seeing his character evolve into that one man hero who has to come in and really like solo it all the way out. And then the same thing happens with the soldier characters who are like on the boat. Who's that Harry Styles or is that so that's here's my only thing with my only complaint.
They all look
with
the same to you?
They look a little similar. Like I have a hard time tracking exactly who's who in certain scenes, but like that's not besides the point. I love Dunkirk. It's just a cinematic experience as a character journey, but also most importantly from a technical perspective. Dunkirk is so phenomenal from a technical perspective.
Dunkirk to me it's everything that Nolan is known for working perfectly. And it's because he found a story that suits his ambitions well, and his love for nonlinear storytelling isn't just a gimmick. To me, it's not just a gimmick, but it helps sell the struggle that the soldiers are going through. I've always equated that beach to purgatory. Like every instance that the soldiers get of leaving it, they're just sent back to it. And the triptych structure of it, seeing it from three different perspectives, you see them escape it and like from the aerial perspective, and then when it cuts to them on the beach and you see it from their perspective, you think they're about to make it because you saw it from the aerial perspective, and you're like, oh no, they're gonna get sent back either way.
No.
So it's, I I think it's the first time that the nonlinear structure wasn't just a fun, clever way for him to tell the story, but it like actually made an emotional impact, and it felt like a character that the actual soldiers had to go up against. And I think the IMAX photography is incredible. The sound design is incredible. I think this might be a hot take, but it's like neck and neck with Interstellar when it comes to the score.
I agree with that.
Like,
I 100% agree with that.
I understand a lot of people don't find enjoyment like listening to the Dunkirk score on its own because it's so sound design heavy, but as a piece of the film, it's amazing.
Yeah.
And I think to me, it is Nolan's most emotional movie.
Yeah, really.
I do think it's, because I don't think of emotion just as heartbreak or sadness. I think like fear is a very strong emotion, and Dunkirk is a very scary movie.
Oh yeah.
It's a terrifying movie. It's a terrifying situation to be in, and he capitalizes on that. But I was talking to Jason about this the other day. Alex, the character Alex, who's Harry Styles' character, his whole thing is that he feels ashamed because they had to be rescued. His mindset is that they're a soldier, they should bring victory back home. So the entire movie, his actions are based on trying to prove that he is a good soldier. Like he's not going to surrender to the enemy.
Yeah, the choices, yeah.
Yeah. So when he gets on the train at the end and he tells Tommy, who's Finn Whitehead's character, that old man wouldn't even look us in the eye, it's because he feels ashamed. He thinks that he's going to go home and he's going to be laughed at because they had to be rescued. Or when shortly after they get rescued on the Moonstone, and he looks over at Tom Glencarney's character and he says, we let you all down, didn't we? Because it's a kid. Like, these are all teenagers and young adults who are being enlisted to fight this war, and they're expected to win it for the entire country. So he just feels shame. So at the end, when they're pulling into Dunkirk, we're not pulling into Dunkirk, but when they're pulling into the train station and the old man is knocking on the window, and Harry Styles is just looking away because he thinks that he's about to get spit on. And then the old man just raises a pack of beers and everyone's clapping for him because, like, look, you got home.
Right.
Like, that's all that matters. You're alive. Like, that to me is beautiful, man.
That's a beautiful way to put that. I mean, it's funny because I've always picked up on him being like ashamed to, like, I always thought he was just hungry for the fight again. Like, he was like, I feel like I didn't do enough, but I didn't interpret it as like actual national shame. You know what I'm saying? Which is such a interesting message in contrast to Mark Rylance's character, who kind of sees, who is like the kind of civilian who has to rise up to a hero's journey, and even unfortunately, one of the most heartbreaking parts of the movie, ends up losing George, in that process. That to me was the emotional, the part that really got me like kind of teary eyed in that film.
Yeah, I mean, the ending of that movie has those three emotional beats. It's Alex, Harry Styles' character, realizing that it's just important that he's still alive. It's the eulogy that's written for, or not the eulogy that's written for George in the newspaper.
Yep.
And then it's Tom Hardy's sacrifice.
Yeah.
And those all three happening at the same time. Again, it's the nonlinear structure working on an emotional level. And it's just, and then the track that plays over it, it's actually my favorite musical piece of all time, Variation 15 from the score.
Right.
That plays over it. It's just,
that was Zimmer who did the score, right?
It was Zimmer who did it, along with Benjamin Wallfish is also credited on the score.
Okay.
I don't know how much he contributed to it, but Variation 15 has both Hans Zimmer and Benjamin Wallfish credited, like, on Spotify. So.
Yeah, I gotta go. You make me really want to go back and re-listen to that particular track. Because I love the Dunkirk score overall, but yeah, that moment was really the peak of it. It's so funny because I had rewatched Dunkirk about 3 times in theaters, and I only rewatched it. When I rewatched it for this is my first time rewatching it like ever at home.
Oh,
Like,
really?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So I was it's funny, like it is a different experience like from the theatrical at home, but it's still like it's equally as effective, but you do kind of miss that grand epic like
Sure.
specter of like seeing it on an IMAX screen. But that being said, the emotional connection is just still as prevalent on the home screen as well.
Yeah, and I think it's his most mature film. I
Yeah,
think Dunkirk is his most mature film, and it's mostly because there's very little dialogue in it.
I 100% agree with that. I think that's always been my thing with Nolan. I was happy to see him kind of do a little less of that with this. And even like the it's also his shortest film or his shortest
Besides
of like
following.
besides following it's like an hour 43, hour 45 or something like that
46, I think.
Hour 46,
I
ooh.
think hour 46 with credits. So it's like
Right.
actually more closer to like an hour 40.
Right.
Yeah, that thing moves and like oh man, the opening shot. He knows how to
So
open
good.
his movies
Oh,
too.
man.
His opening shots are always incredible.
Yeah.
But yeah, that shot of the soldiers huddled in the streets with the leaflets falling on them
Yeah.
is just it is so eerie from the start. And it's crazy because that movie's loud, but it starts off so quiet.
Yeah. It's the effectiveness of it for sure. That's an all timer right there. I love that film. I love Dunkirk. Yeah, you have a good list. I mean, I definitely have more of a, I guess, like a popular opinion kind of vibe here. Even though I don't know if Prestige being that low would be like popular.
That's definitely not popular.
Yeah, no, yeah, I know that a lot of Nolan fans love that one. Hey, I'm not a period piece guy. I think anything pre like westerns, I just don't like.
Okay.
Maybe connect with as much. But I do think I see the merit in the Prestige. I see the merit in literally all these films.
Yeah, see, the thing is that like I see Marin all like I could say plenty of good things about all of his movies.
Right.
It's just yeah, I think I wrote here I think Dark Knight Rises is messy, dumb, and inconsistent.
Yes.
And the Zimmer score sorely misses James Newton Howard's touch. Batman Begins for me is just silly.
Yeah.
But I also said so this back because we haven't talked on Tenet that much, so we'll talk about
Right.
Tenet real quickly.
Yes.
Because I know it's a very hot and cold movie for people. I said, and this is definitely going to be a hot take, but Tenet might have Nolan's strongest writing.
Oh, really? Okay.
From themes to plotting to character.
It's funny you said that right when the tenant had like
Oh,
it
it just changed?
Yeah.
It has the strongest writing from themes to plotting to character archetypes. Because it was definitely his version of Bond. So he took the Bond archetypes and imbued them in those characters, and it made them stand out a bit more. Whereas in Inception, everyone just sounds the same, and everyone is just an exposition piece. Tenet, like the people actually feel unique because some of them are very exaggerated, like Kenneth Branagh's character.
Oh yeah.
But at least like he's got a perspective
Right.
and he's got a motive. And then same for Kat, Elizabeth Debicki's character, and Robert Pattinson. Like they all feel like distinct people. And I think like you can't really say that about most of his ensemble pieces. Like a lot of the scientists in Oppenheimer feel like the same people.
Yeah. For
A
sure.
lot of the David Gyasi, I think, and in Interstellar.
Oh yes.
David
yes.
Gyasi
Scientist.
and Wes Bentley.
Yeah.
Like they kind of like they're interchangeable.
interchangeable.
But and even Dunkirk, a lot like it's intentional in Dunkirk that all the soldiers feel the same. But with Tenet, I feel like it's the strongest character writing because they actually feel like distinct personalities with different motivations that are easy to latch onto.
I like that. I never thought about it that way. I've always felt like it was like a Black James Bond movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you definitely feel all the way through because like he's driving the boat. He's doing he's rescuing the girl. You know what I'm saying? Like the Bond girl, as you would say, in this case. Yeah, every like you mentioned, the archetypes, the humor in Tenet, like
It's a funny movie, damn it.
Like there's
I remember. I think it was IndieWire when it came out in the pandemic. IndieWire was like calling it a humorless film, and I was like, I couldn't disagree more.
No?
Like, yeah, it's a cold movie at points for sure, But I don't know. I think it's got a great sense of humor.
No, it is. He's literally shooting one-liners. I remember when we saw it at the Academy Museum. There's multiple points where like people are laughing. You know what I'm saying? I think I also this is like a weird love for this movie, a weird kind of extra special love for this movie too, because it is kind of like a cult film. Like it's kind of almost the most culty Nolan film you kind of like get.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like in terms of if you know somebody who likes Tenet, you're like, yo,
Right.
like, yeah,
Right.
like you're
Yes.
you are a real one, like because you actually went to see like a real movie. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. So like that's one of the few ones that's like it's like a deep cut, but like if you're in the cut, like you just instantly love the other person who you're just like who loves Tenet. So
Right.
I agree with I like that. I like the action, the intensity of it.
Yeah.
The boat, not the boats, but I guess the hyper. I don't know if those are like jet skis.
Right.
Like,
I can't remember what they're called.
yeah.
I mean, that seems sick too. I remember I saw that movie with a friend when they re-released it. I think I can't remember what year it was. But I asked him what his favorite scene was, and he actually said that scene.
Yeah. No,
Out of
cool.
everything that happens in that movie, he liked that scene the most, and he said it's because it was just so unexpected. Like, it's just a cool scene.
Yeah. No, literally, that's literally like even when I watched it initially, I was like, "Yo, what the hell?" Like,
Right.
And then I didn't know that was like a real, actual like device that like rich people be
Right.
be
Yeah.
going
That was
on.
the first time I encountered those too.
Yeah.
And what was I gonna say? I think, because every now and then I'll see on Reddit someone talking about how Tenet's one of the worst films I've ever seen.
Oh man, come on.
And I'm like, okay, you got to watch more movies, but then
All right.
someone's always commenting, well, you just didn't get it. And then the person will say, well, I did understand it, and I just didn't like it. But I don't think that's what people mean when they say you didn't get it.
Right.
You didn't vibe with it.
It's a vibe.
That's what they mean.
Yes.
Like, yes, like we already said, some of the movie may or may not make sense,
Right.
but you got to get with it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's what people mean. You didn't, your heart just wasn't in it.
Yeah, right. Like you gotta be the protagonist,
Right.
Just for a second, you know what I'm saying? And once you in it, because it is a vibe. Like it's the back, like seeing forward movement and backwards. Like if you think, like if you're literally sitting there trying to like
Right.
piece together how the world logically works, you're gonna be sitting there confused for like 30 minutes, and
Right.
they're already on to
Right.
the next. Like
It moves
thing.
fast, too,
Yeah.
I also think, it does move fast, but I think it's Nolan's, him and Jennifer LeMay, the editor, I think they like found the perfect way to get the exposition dumps because he explains it and then he shows it to you right away.
Immediately. Yeah.
Yeah, and like a movie like that needs the exposition.
Yes.
But
yes.
because it's such a complex journey, I also, this might be another hot take, but I think the name The Protagonist makes a lot of sense
Right.
because
He's a spy.
he's a spy, but also I think it fits his arc. So when he first meets Priya tells him to do a job like this, you need to be a fresh-faced protagonist. So she's putting that name onto him. He up to that point he wasn't calling himself the protagonist. And then when she sees him again near the end before the Stalsk 12 scene, she says, "You think you were the only person who could do this?" And he says, "Well, I am. I'm the protagonist of this mission." He's saying like, I am the main character. I am the one who can do this. This is Nolan's version of the one, like the Matrix, the one. So at the end when he says I am the protagonist, he's not telling the audience I'm the protagonist of the movie.
Right.
He's saying I am the person behind all of this. I am the guy.
Right.
This is my mission.
Yep.
Like the protagonist is just a tongue-in-cheek term to use because it takes place in a movie, but it's just him announcing to Priya like, I get it now.
Right.
Tenet is my organization.
Right. Like I'm him.
Yeah.
You back. Actually, I'm about to snipe you right now. Boom. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's a perfect way to put it because I think people ascribe too much into that. Like I think people kind of was like, Nolan didn't want to name characters or Nolan doesn't want to, I don't know, like black Twitter is always something. I know Black Twitter was like, Nolan couldn't think of a black name. Like, he can name Deshaun or something. I'm like, all right, no, stop. Like, y'all tripping. Y'all acting funny with my man Nolan now. But I think no, it literally is like I think you're right. I think it's like the perfect kind. It gets, I kind of interpret it as like he's an everyman. Like this is a journey that like I think it is kind of like you said, it's like a chosen one. Like he is the chosen one. I guess yeah, we're kind of flipped on that. But I think I actually like the way you interpret it more, because I always thought like, oh, he's the protagonist because anybody who wants to be the hero can slot themselves into his shoes, or like he's the one normal person in like this kind of crazy over the top world,
Right.
like so he's kind of like the everyman. But yeah, I kind of like the
I
idea.
mean, he
of
starts as an everyman for sure.
Yeah.
But then he has that conversation with Priya, and she's like, "You are a protagonist." But then at the end, he says, "No, I'm the protagonist." So it's just him claiming his responsibility in this organization. It's him coming to terms with who he is in the state of what that universe is.
Yeah.
It's not him talking to the audience saying, "I'm the protagonist of this movie."
Right.
Like, I know it sounds like that, but if you just follow the conversations, it's him owning up to his responsibilities.
Yeah. Indeed. That's a good way to put it, man. Dang. So yeah, I mean, see, now I wanna rewatch Tenet now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I've actually been meaning to watch it with Jason. She hasn't. That's the.
Oh, she hasn't seen it.
She hasn't seen it.
Do you think she'll like it?
I will have to. We'd have to get pretty high.
Yes.
We have to smoke before we get to it. I will have to explain to her like, yo, just don't try to make sense of it. Like
Right.
that's the one. I think I got caught, and I did like it when I initially saw it. But I think what kept me from like super raving it was the fact that I was trying to
I was trying to figure it out.
Try to figure it out. But after a certain point, I don't even look. I'm behind it. Maybe Nolan, maybe only Nolan knows the answer. Like I don't even think John David or like Aaron Taylor Johnson can even explain the full end of the people, because I don't know. But you know, one day somebody should like really pick Nolan's brain and be like, okay, what exactly happened when the two half of the buildings exploded, like simultaneously? Like what did that represent? Like I need detailed answers on every single bit, you know, like. But nah, salute to Dunkirk, Tenet. You know, all of the classics in Nolan's filmography.
I mean, yeah, his top 5 they're all great movies. Like, excellent to great movies.
Right. I'll say his top like 7 or 8 are like honestly some of the best filmography ever put. And then the other 4 are just like, oh, these are also kind of good too. Right. Like like even the Dark Knight Rise is not a great movie, but definitely above most.
For sure.
Marvel films.
For sure.
Most modern DC films.
There's an intent there and a discipline that you don't see in a lot of other movies. Exactly. It just doesn't pay off.
Right.
But it's still got some integrity to it.
Yeah, nah, man. But yeah, no, thanks for having me to chat about the Nolan collection here. Yeah, I think I mentioned everything.
Yeah, I think we dived pretty deep into all of them.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, that's our ranking. Let us know yours. Look, everyone's is going to be different. We're not wrong. You're not wrong. We're not right. You're not right. It's just our opinion. But I'm very curious to see where Odyssey lands in this. I don't think anything is ever going to top Dunkirk for me. Dunkirk's been my favorite. It's my favorite movie of all time and my favorite Nolan movie. So it'll take a very special movie to top that. But I mean, I could see it breaking the top 5.
Yeah. Top 5, tough category. If it could beat out Tenet, you know, like.
See, that's hard.
Yeah.
I don't know. Can the Odyssey vibes really match Tenet vibes?
Hey, who knows? Maybe.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, nah. Yeah.
Where can people find you?
You find me on Twitter and Instagram at Director RB3, and you can also follow my YouTube channel, who I do with Andres Cabrera and Sabrina Ramirez. It's called First Cut TMO everywhere.
Yeah, I'll link it below. And I don't know how many of these like sit down videos I'll do. Right. This was, I think I hit you up last week and asked if you wanted to do this.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I mean, we will see. It's every time a Nolan movie is around the corner is when I start uploading things on my YouTube channel again.
Hey.
So look, we might not see something from me in another until like the next movie. But we'll see. We'll see. Either way, thank you for watching. See you next time, whenever that is.